Hey, hello. It is so lovely to see people again in a room as opposed to talking to a video screen. It's so welcome and thank you very much for showing up. My name is Kate Stewart and I'm the Vice President of Dependable Embedded Systems here at the Linux Foundation and have been working as a director of the Zephyr project since its start. And so it's been a dream finally to be able to have a developer summit and bring the developers together to communicate and talk. So we're here together. We're in Mountain View at the Computer History Museum, and hopefully we'll eventually make some history with Zephyr. So before we get started, with this, I'd like to make a point that we thank our sponsors, because these sorts of events are not cheap to put on, and we would not have been able to do it without our sponsors. So thank you very much to Antmicro, to Google, and to Intel. This would not be possible without you. They are our diamond sponsors, and they have presences in the sponsor showcase, so please stop by and say thank you to them and talk to them. Also, thank you to our platinum sponsor, Infineon, and Nordic Semiconductor. They have been big supporters of the project, as is NXP and Goliath and Memfault. So these are the ones who've brought you this event and made it possible. And then for those who are following us virtually, it's a hybrid event, okay? So we've got more following us virtual than we have in the room. And so we're trying to make it as interactive as possible for those who are coming in remotely as well. So all of the sessions in the rooms today are streaming. And in the early mornings, there's pure virtual sessions for those who want to interact remotely. They're a bit more time zone friendly for Europe. So our streaming and recording would not be possible without the sponsorship from Bay Libra. So they have provided that service for us. And so the recordings are happening live, but we'll be editing them then and then posting them in batches after the conference. So it will not be on demand. And so there's been some questions about that, but everything will be going out live as per what's on the schedule today. And so can I have a round of applause for our sponsors who've made this all possible? Thank you. Thank you very much. So here at the Computer History Museum, we want to thank them for hosting us. Please take time to visit the sponsor booths and go from that. The food and beverage, and as well as the meals, will all be served in the grand, there we go, where's the thing? In this grand hall area, you can do that. There's also various places where you can step outside and sit and meet with people and talk to people without the masks. But there's also tables here if you want for sitting and talking, and some meeting rooms. One of the things that you'll be seeing get put up after this is we're going to have sign-ups. A sign-up area, because we have some extra rooms that we can use for doing unconference style things. So if you've got a topic you want to talk to about people and want to pull people together to have more of a discussion, just go and sign up for a time slot, and then you can actually go and meet and start talking about things that are not formally on the agenda. That will not be streamed or taped, but at least we can have face-to-face discussions going on here and use the time effectively for everyone. Sessions will be held in Boole and Lovelace. One of them has the ability to have sort of two-way interactions, so we're putting most of the virtual ones where some of our participants couldn't make it at the last minute due to COVID issues or travel issues and so forth, so we have some virtual content interspersed with the live content. And one of those rooms is set more for dynamic interaction. And then the other one, it will just be streaming out, and then interaction will happen on the, interaction's going to be happening pretty much on Discord. So feel free to refer people to Discord for questions, and so we can get their input as we go along from the road. And then obviously, we're here right now, so that gives you the orientation, okay? So now let's go down to the event. All activity, I think you've all been able to access the schedule. Can I see a show of hands if anyone's having troubles accessing the schedule? No hands up? Excellent. So click on the sessions you want, and make sure that you customize the schedule so it works for you. And then some of the features that are in our schedule are this live stream that shows up 10 minutes before a session starts, so this should be live streaming right now. But any session that's there, if you're having to dial in, for those who are doing remotely, the link will be live 10 minutes before, okay? The other thing is, if you want to know which room it is, that's on the schedule. And then one of the things we've got is the ability for each session for people to give us feedback on it. So if there's been a problem with the session, or they really like some of the insights you've got, for each session, please make a point of, give us a little bit of feedback, and then we'll aggregate that, and we'll see what's working for this community. And that'll help the program committee figure out what you're interested in, and so that as we work on next year's, we can customize it a bit better. So, if you're not able to be here in person, and you want to ask the question as things are streaming, please use the Discord chat. There'll be a host in each room. They'll be monitoring it and helping to relay your questions on to the speaker and presenter. And if you're in person in these rooms, guess what? You get to raise your hand. So hopefully that the speaker will then acknowledge you, and then we can repeat the question for those remotely. Okay? Now, if you like doing social media, we would encourage you to use the Zephyr Dev Summit hashtag and post out to Twitter and let people know what's happening, or seeing interesting insights. All of this helps with trying to build up the project and let people know what's interesting that's emerging in our community for those who can't be here. Please share. The other thing too is, if you are interested in getting some swag, like such t-shirts, we have made them available on the Zephyr Dev Store for the next week. And it's like I say, there's no markup on any of the dev store, so it's just basic cost. But if you would like to get your own souvenir t-shirt, feel free to go there and order while it's up. But it will only be there for the next week or two, and then it's disappeared. And it also, the store isn't just in the US, so those who are coming in remotely, we have stores in Europe as well. So it's available for local shipping too. So one quick reminder I'd just like to say is that there is an event code of conduct enforced, and we'll have numerous opportunities to collaborate and contribute. But please ensure you've read it and abide by it, and make sure that all attendees should feel safe, welcome, and included. If anyone has any issues or witnesses anything, please reach out to our event staff and express your concerns, and they'll help address it. And as a friendly health and safety reminder, please wear your mask unless you're actively eating or drinking, or if you're presenting on stage. If you're outside, you don't need to wear the masks, but inside the venue, unless you're eating or drinking, please do, just to keep us all safe. And then, one other note that we've gotten is if people who are interested in the the store downstairs, if you're wearing your badge, we'll give you a 15% discount if you want to take any souvenirs home from this place as well. So they've kindly made that available to us as well. And with that, any other questions and concerns, please reach out, and either on Discord or email, or talk to the friendly folk at the registration desk.